Hello everyone, welcome to the Paper 3 GCSE Maths Calculator Paper Revision video. In this video we are going to apply the calculator hacks on the GCSE exam style questions where applicable. So let's get started. So first of all we have a standard form question. Be careful looking at the side that we are adding the two standard forms. You can always make the mistake of multiplying them. So first of all we're going to make the powers the same. So this power is 7. This power is 9. It's always easiest to make the smaller power and increase it. So we're going to increase the 7 into a 9. So leave the 4 times 10 to the power of 9 as it is. We're going to add 3.2 times 10 to the power of 7. So if we increase the power by 2, that means we have to divide the number by 100. Always do the calculation in your calculator. So 3.2 divided by 100, that gives us, press SD to change the fraction into decimal. So 0.032 times 10 to the power of 9. So we change the power into a 9. Leave the bottom denominator as it is for now. We're going to deal with that later once we solve the numerator. Now the power is the same now, it's 10 to the power 9, 10 to the power 9, so we can go ahead and add 4 and 0.032. That'll give us 4.032 times 10 to the power of 9. At the bottom we have 1.6 times 10 to the power of minus 6. Now we're dividing 4.032 by 1.6. So let's go ahead and do that. So 4.032 divided by 1.6. That gives an answer of 2.52 times 9 take away, because we're dividing, we're going to take away the power, so 9 take away minus 6, that gives us 9 plus 6, which is 15. Because two negatives next to each other becomes a positive, that gives us an answer of 10 to the power of 15. So the final answer is 2.52 times 10 to the power of 15, and this question is worth 2 marks. Feels like a lot of working for a 2-mark question. So next we have another standard form question, changing 640 million, or 6.4. So how many place values do you have to move? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 places, so times 10 to the power of 8, and that's our answer. Question B, work out 3 times 10 to the power 7 divided by 6 times 10 to the power 4. Give your answer in standard form. We're going to divide 3 by 6 and 10 to the power 7 by 10 to the power 4. So 3 divided by 6, then times 10 to the power of 7 divided by 10 to the power of 4. 3 divided by 6 is 0.5. If you're not sure, always do your calculation. 3 divided by 6 is 0.5. Times 10 to the power of 7 take away 4 is 3. We need to give our answer in standard form, so 0.5 is not quite a standard form answer. So we need to times it by 10, which is 5. That means we have to reduce our power by 1, or take away power of 10 to the power of 1, which gives us 10 to the power of 2. The final answer is 5 times 10 to the power of 2, and this question is worth 3 marks altogether. Next we have plotting a quadratic graph question. So we are going to use the calculator hack on this question so that you can save a lot of time rather than working out the individual answers. We're going to do it in one go. So first of all you need to change your calculator mode into table mode, which is number 3. So press menu and press 3. That's on the table board now. Let's go ahead and enter the equation. So y equals x squared minus 2x minus 1. So you need to enter x first, so alpha and then close bracket option, and then to the power of 2 or squared minus 2 alpha close bracket 2x minus 1. That's equal. To skip that step, so press equal again. So starting number in our table, we have x value is minus 2, so let's enter minus 2, press equal. N number is 3 for the x value, So we enter 3 plus equal, and the numbers are going up by 1. So enter 1 plus equal again, and you got all the values. So minus 2 is 7, which is already given. Minus 1 is 2. 0 is minus 1. You can see over here. And then 1 is minus 2. 2 is minus 1. Press the down arrow button to reveal the rest of the answers. 2 is minus 1. Yes. And 3 is 2. You can check your answers right, because the answer that are given should match up with the y values, which is f of x on this calculator display. So we got the values now, so let's go ahead and plot the graph. Then we have 7 just over here. Next we have minus 1 and 2. So minus 1 over here, and then 2. Minus 1 and 2. Next we have 0 minus 1. So we've done this one, 0 minus 1. So 0 minus 1. So we need to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just over here. 1 minus 2. So 1 across, and then minus 2 down. And then 2 minus 1, 2 minus 1. Around about here, and then 3, 2. So 3 and 2 up. 3 plus 2 up. Let's go ahead and join the points freehand. Don't use straight lines or ruler. Try to be as accurate as possible. Okay, I think I missed that point there, so I'm just going to go back and try and do this again. I'm not happy with my graph, so let's try again. Make sure you use pencil and pencil, because if you make a mistake with the pen, you won't be able to go back and erase it. So here you go. I'm okay with that, and that's my graph plotted. Okay, much more quicker using the calculator hack. So always make sure you use the calculator hack, the tables option on the calculator, so that you can do it very quickly. Next part of this question is find estimates for the solution of the equation x squared minus 2x minus 1. So we find this solution here at equal to 0. So this is where the solution lies. So one of them is here, and the other solution is here. So over here, the first one you have minus 0.4. and the other solution is 2.4. Total marks for this question is 6 marks. Just to let you know, once you finish with the table mode, always remember to go back to your normal mode, calculation mode. So it's your number 1, and which is calculate mode, and that won't interfere with the other calculations. Next we have a compound measures question, speed, distance, time. So Naima was driving to a hotel. He looked at his sat nav at 1:30 or 13:30, time 13:30, distance to destination is 65 miles. Naima arrived at the hotel at 14:48. Work out the average speed of the car from 13:30 to 14:48. You must show all your working. So let's go ahead and find the time taken for the journey first. So 14:48, take away 13:30. That gives us 78 minutes. So we need to convert 78 minutes into hours, because we're working out the average speed. So 78 divided by 60, that will give us, change the decimal, 78 divided by 60, that gives us 1.3 hours. Then the distance is 65 miles. So distance divided by time will give us speed equal distance divided by time. So distance is 65, time is 1.3. So we're going to enter 65 divided by answer, because we already got the calculation done, and that gives us 50 miles per hour. So the answer is 50 miles per hour. That's worth 4 marks. We have another speed, distance, time question. In this question, I'm going to take a slightly different approach. Rather than using the formula, I'm going to use the ratios. So 24 kilometers per hour. So 24 kilometers takes 1 hour. Okay, so we have distance of 30 kilometers. So our aim is to find out how many minutes will take 24 kilometers. So 24 kilometers will take 1 hour. Sorry, there. So it'll be 60 minutes. So 1 kilometer will take 60 divided by 24. So therefore 30 kilometers will take 60 divided by 24 times by 30. So let's go ahead and find the answer to that. So we're going to enter this calculation in our calculator. You can use the fraction option. So 60 divided by 24. The right arrow times by 30, and that gives an answer of 75. So 75 minutes, that is our time. Now he then runs a distance of 12 kilometers at an average speed of 8 kilometers per hour. So let's go ahead and find the time for this little bit here. So 8 kilometers is 1 hour. So 8 kilometers takes, in terms of minutes, 60 minutes. So 1 kilometer will take 60 divided by 8. Then we have 12 kilometers will take 60 divided by 8 times by 12. Let's go ahead and put this in our calculator. 60 divided by 8 times by 12, that gives us 90. So 90 minutes. Now we have the total time now. Well, we need to work out the total time. So we have separate minutes. So 75 plus 90. If you're not sure, you can do this in your head, absolutely fine. If you're not sure, always use the calculator, because it's a calculator paper. You don't want to make any easy mistakes. So 165 minutes. Now we have to change these minutes into hours. Now this is where we're going to use the calculator hack. Enter 165 minutes. So we're going to divide 165 by 60, change it into hours. So 165 divided by 60. 165 divided by 60. That gives us 2.75. Now because our answer needs to be in hours and minutes, I'm going to change 2.75 into hours and minutes just by pressing one button. And all you have to do is press this fact button. You can see the degrees button here, just over here. Can't see that. And that gives us an answer of 2 hours and 45 minutes. And that's how easy it is using the calculator. And this question is worth altogether 3 marks. By the way, if you haven't watched my calculator hacks video where I shared 10 different calculator hacks, please do go ahead, and I'll put the link on the top right hand corner so that you can get quicker at these calculations in your exam. Next we have arc length. The diagram shows a sector of a circle of radius 4 centimeters. Work out the length of the arc ABC, give your answer correct with 3 significant figures. So you need to round our answer at the end. Make sure you don't round it beforehand, otherwise you might lose accuracy. The answer might lose accuracy, so always best to round it at the end. So we have, so the formula is arc length. You need to find the length of the arc. Theta over 360 times pi times diameter. So we have the radius 4. So radius is equal to 4. The diameter is equal to 4 times 2, which is 8 centimeters. Theta, we have the outside angle, external angle. We need to find this inside one. So that would be 360 take away 100, which is 260. I know you can do this in your head, but I'm just showing you calculate how I'm getting the answer. And then we've got the pi, we've got the diameter. Okay, let's go ahead and plug in all the information now. So 260 over 360 times by pi times by diameter is 8. All we have to do is plug all this in our calculator. 260, press the fraction button, over 360, right arrow, times by shift pi times by 8, which is the diameter, plus equal. Press the SD button to change into decimal. So the answer is 18.1514. Let's stop here. And we need to round our answer into 3 significant figures. So the answer is going to be 3 significant figures, 1, 2, 3. That would be added 1 here. So that would be 18.52. 18.12. We are adding 1 to the 1, so 18.2. And that's the answer. That's worth 2 marks. Next, question 7. OAB is a sector of a circle, center O. The radius of the circle is 15 centimeters. The angle of the sector is 30 degrees. Calculate the area of the sector OAB. So we need to calculate the area OAB. Give your answers equal to 3 significant figures. So arc area of sector. Question. So the formula is area equals theta over 360 times by pi times by radius squared. So the angle is 30 over 360, because that's 30 degrees, times by pi times by radius squared, which is 15 squared. Pretty straightforward question. We do need to round the answer at the end. So let's go ahead and type this in your calculator. So 30, use the fraction button, times by shift pi times by 15 squared. This gives us an answer. I'll press the SD button, 58.904. So 58.904. Round it to 3 significant figures. 1, 2, 3. Don't need to add anything here. So the answer is 58.9 centimeters squared. And that's our answer. Always remember to write your final answer on the dotted line. That'll be 58.9 centimeters squared. Next, we have matching graphs with equations. Before you watch the answer, I would suggest you pause the video and give it a try yourself. See whether you get the answers right. And if this video is helping you, please do give it a like. And also leave a comment on how your exam went, about the topics. How do you feel about your exam? I hope you had a good go at these questions. So let's have a look. What do we have here? So the first one, y equals sine x. So we could possibly look at the trig graphs. C is an option. It's always good to choose your options first. Which one? The sine and cosine graphs. We have D, and sine always starts from 0 and cosine starts from 1. So this is our question. So out of these two, be C, and sine x, it is C. Next, y equals x cubed plus 4x. So what do you think? Which one did you choose? Okay, what are the possible answers? Okay, so the cubic graph is F. This is a quadratic graph E, so that's not an option. This is a quadratic. This is a reciprocal, exponential. So we only have one option here, which is going to be F. So I'll go ahead with F. Okay, before you choose your answers, please do eliminate your options, and that will be easier then. Otherwise you'll be looking at all these graphs and get confused. And please do not use eeny, meeny, miny, moe, because that's not a very good way to choose your answers, because the easy marks these are. As long as you know how the graphs look, you should be able to answer these questions. So please do revise these. Next, y equals 2 to the power of x. It's an exponential graph. We have a and I. So positive, so we're going to go for a. So that's the only one left for this one. And then finally, y equals 4 over x, which is a reciprocal graph. So we have b and h, and that's your answer. Well done if you got these right. Okay, that was the last question. I hope this video helped you. Please do give it a like and good luck with your exams. Please do check out the calculator hacks video, which I posted last week, well, a couple of weeks ago before the paper 2 exam. And good luck with your exam. See you in the next video.